Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special episode of Elegantly EDC. Not only is this my Gear of the Year special, but it is also the 1-year anniversary of the show. Slight tangent, I've been sick for the past 2 weeks, so I apologize if I sound a little bit weird, but thank you to all who have watched the show and been so supportive over this past year. It's been an adventure. What started off as a small video diary series, really, now has 5,000 subscribers and counting. Though a long way from far more established creators out there, I am incredibly grateful for this little community that we've built here in our corner of the internet. And I'll take a little bit more time at the end of today's show to address some frequently asked questions. But for now, let's talk about my choice for Gear of the Year. Quick caveat, the gear featured in this show wasn't necessarily released to the market this year. Admittedly, it's just that I've discovered it in this year. And not only do I feel that this is the best gear that I've used, but I also feel like these items are really accessible to women. So if you're looking to introduce EDC gear to your wife, girlfriend, or daughter, stick around. This is the Vertx Urban Ghost Sling bag, and it's my daily carry bag, and it's my pick for one of the best bags of this year, and here's why. On the outside, this simple sling communicates, go ahead and steal me, have fun with my chemistry textbook. Simple lines, no molly, no tactical hook and loop, minimal exterior pockets, and in colors other than black or camo. Vertx happens to call this color Mountain, but pull open one of these YKK zippers and you'll quickly find a ton of tactical functionality. Made from 420D polycarbonate coated ripstop material, the main compartment features a padded tablet sleeve, though I can easily fit my MacBook Air in it, and loop lining for additional modular pouches. The front or admin panel is a zip down panel with elastic loops, with more loop lining and stretch pockets for pens, flashlights, EDC tools, and small medical kits. On the top of the bag, you'll find a fleece-lined sunglasses pocket, though honestly, I just keep a power bank in here. And on the very outside and the very front, there is a quick access dump pocket for anything you're going to need to get to quickly. I usually keep a light waterproof windbreaker in it. Its standout feature, and one Vertx is well known for though, is the CCW or concealed carry weapon compartment. It is fully loop lined for tactigami or other hook and loop accessories and holsters. The ambidextrous half pull tab allows you to swing the bag forward, rip open the compartment for a quick draw. I don't typically carry off-body, so my wallet, keys, and phone usually go in here. And I know some other reviewers have pointed out that they found this strap uncomfortable. But honestly, on my smaller frame, this fits perfectly. I could go on and on about this bag, but yeah, in short, it's a really incredible example of a minimalist, unassuming small backpack with a beating tactical heart. And even if you don't necessarily need to carry a large number of EDC items, ladies, just having a small backpack with this much functionality is fantastic. It's a premium product with an equally premium price of $120, but both Vertx and Amazon routinely offer these bags at a slight discount. Alright, on to my choice for the multi-tool of the year, and that is the Leatherman Skeletool, not Skeletor, CX. And before any of you longtime heavy Leatherman users and professional tradesmen flame me in the comments for this, let me just say right out of the gate, this multi-tool is not for you. This, however, is a great Leatherman for those of us who just need to open the occasional package, tighten a loose screw or two, or tackle really any number of small projects at work or at home. To put it another way, while most multi-tools try to be a portable toolbox, the Skeletool CX aims to be a high-quality pocket knife that just happens to have pliers and a screwdriver, all in a relatively lightweight and, I must say, visually attractive package. The Skeletool is available in a wide range of visually appealing colors, which honestly makes it more accessible to those who may not be as familiar with EDC tools. The blade is accessible without the need to open the tool, and it is secured with a liner lock. The blade is also made of 154 cm stainless steel, which keeps its edge significantly longer than the standard 420 HC steel found on most knives at this price point. You'll also find 6 other tools, including needle nose pliers, regular pliers, hardwire cutters, a cleverly designed carabiner and bottle opener here on the side, and a bit driver, including a Phillips No. 1 and No. 2, flathead 1/4 inch and 3/16 inch, which stores away neatly in the handle right here. Now, I have a slight complaint with this. I've never found myself needing to switch between a No. 1 and No. 2 flathead screwdriver. I have, however, needed to quickly and easily switch between a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head screwdriver. Why Leatherman ships this tool without a combo bit is just beyond me. So please trust me, if you're going to buy this tool, just order a combo bit with it, as trying to change this bit, particularly if you're in a dark environment, or, God forbid, outside over grass or any other surface that would make finding a dropped bit nearly impossible, you will be glad you did. At 5 ounces, it is lighter than most Leathermans, though only marginally so. Like all other Leathermans, it does come with their renowned, nearly unlimited 25-year warranty. To say that this is a Leatherman for women would be a really gross overgeneralization. These are fantastic tools for anyone who doesn't want to carry a separate pocket knife and a multi-tool, and who just wants a Leatherman that strips away the tools that you'll never use, focusing on the big 3: cutting, gripping, and driving. That said, the clever design aesthetic and multiple color options make this a great introduction to the world of EDC, especially for women who may have never given carrying a multi-tool a first thought. The Skeletool CX is available online and in stores for around the $90 mark. The Vario RGB 700 also makes this list, and if you haven't watched my previous video on this item, I'll do a quick flyer over it now. It has a nice matte finish with a 2-tone design and a magnetic component here in the back. The attachable clip has a strong magnetic pull, and there are rubber teeth inside the clip to give it some extra grip. The 1000 milliamp battery is rechargeable via the USB-C port, but please know you cannot take out the battery. Standard charging time is approximately 2 hours from completely dead back to 100%. Quickly going over the front-facing light option, hold the button for 2 seconds, and it'll power on. And it will start up in the RGB mode that gently pulses either red, green, or blue. The final light that it will cycle through is a multicolor chase sequence, which admittedly, I have no idea what this is supposed to do. I don't know what its practical value is, but I find this to be super cool nonetheless. To switch to white light, once it's on, a double click will change it over. And then from here, you can cycle between low, medium, and high. When you turn the Vario off, it will automatically start with the color options, and you'll have to kick it back over to the white light if you need to use it again, as demonstrated. Some fun facts and figures for you about the lumen output and its run times in these 2 modes. The RGB sequences are 1 lumen and will run for approximately 95 hours on a full charge. The white light modes, starting with the low at 10 lumens, will run for about 25 hours, medium at 30 lumens for 8.5 hours, and high at 60 lumens for 4 hours. And these stats come straight from the user guide. Moving on to the main LEDs at the very top, and you can press and hold this button right here on the side. And then from there, you can cycle between low, medium, high, and finally some strobe settings. Again, from the manual, the low setting is 40 lumens with a runtime of 10.5 hours, medium at 200 lumens for 2.3 hours, high at 700 lumens for 3 minutes, and strobe for 5 minutes, all at full charge. The final setting that I want to talk about is the UV setting, and it can be found between the twin white lights. Double click the side button, and now you've engaged the UV. You can use this for curing, currency verification, and fluorescence detection. And if you'd like to see this in action, feel free to check out the longer video where we actually put this to the test. This light is phenomenal for nighttime walks, simply because of its versatility and how you can wear it hands-free. And in the wintertime, when I want to stay nice and toasty but still see where I'm going, having hands-free lighting is a godsend. But this light has also done time in my camera bag, allowing me to quickly see which lens I need without, ruining my night vision, especially in low light situations. It's a wonderful everyday carry piece of kit. And yes, in the longer video where I dive into this a little bit deeper, I do mention that I have some things that I wish would have been done differently. But rarely do honest reviews have nothing but positive things to say, and this is no exception. Even then though, my hangups, none of them were enough to disqualify it from the list. This little guy is the Gear Aid Hero Clip and Hook Mini. Simply unhook, twist it, and hang it on most surfaces, the most convenient place being the stall wall in a nasty bathroom to keep your belongings off the floor, and then you're ready to go. Or if you're a camping enthusiast and you need to keep things off the ground, this hook comes in handy for that too. I use this far more than I ever thought I would, and especially at a modest price point of $18.75, it's really hard to beat. Now, I have the mini clip. I prefer smaller things in my bag and just smaller bags in general, and I don't want anything too cumbersome with me. However, if you think that you'll need one that is full size, there are plenty of other options on Amazon, including the mini, which I have, small, medium, and large. The mini clip is made of aluminum, it's lightweight, and only weighs 0.7 ounces. The Mini is designed to carry up to 40 pounds. So if your everyday carry bag is heavier than that, you'll need to size up with some of the larger clip options. Something else that I like about the Gear Aid clip is that it has a rubber tip right here, providing more grip and security, especially when some weight has been attached to it. The carabiner function is also great for attaching water bottles, hiking boots, or anything else that you really need to bags and backpacks. I really like this on road trips when I need to make stops at gas station restrooms, or just any public bathroom really. The first time you don't have to put your stuff on a nasty bathroom floor, you'll understand why this made the Gear of the Year list. The next item is small, but it really makes a big impact on my day-to-day life, and this is the quick release carabiner from TISUR. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It has two forms of security, the first being a pair of really strong magnets that keep it together, and the second being this dual release button that unlocks the two halves. An added bonus is that the still will spin 360 degrees, so it's not fixed in any particular direction, which just makes things easier. I use this carabiner for my car keys of all things, because for one, I can keep them secured in a bag. I attach this to the inside and now I don't have to rummage through looking for them. And second, because I have quick access to them, I can keep my head on a swivel in parking lots and in garages. Reattaching my keys requires little thought, and I have peace of mind that they'll be right where I left them on the keyring. You wouldn't think a keychain would make the Gear of the Year, something so small, but honestly the convenience pays for itself. I know I'll catch a little heat in the comments for this, and especially as a non-smoker this might seem like a weird thing to add, but I have to put the Zippo lighter on this list, specifically though, one that's been modded with a butane insert. Butane lighters, compared to the standard Zippo builds, are easier to refill and they don't suffer from the constant evaporation of fuel. When engaged, the torch will hold up better to stronger winds than the dinky little flame that the standard Zippo produces. And honestly, the best benefit to this insert is the trigger. By replacing the traditional striker with this push button, it makes it significantly easier on hands and nails, which will be appreciated by those, especially ladies, who like to keep their hands well manicured. Obviously not my hands in this video, as I've been out in the garage and sick this past week. A Zippo is sleek, it's crisp, and it's reliable. If somebody described a car to you that way, you would think that's a good thing. The same applies to a Hardy Zippo, even though there are other cheaper alternatives out there. You could choose those, but why would you? It's almost impossible to leave the house without some sort of charger, especially if it's for headphones, laptops, iPads, or iPhones. And, well, that kind of tells you the state of the world we live in. Nonetheless, my go-to pack without a doubt is the ANKER Power Bank Prime. Though I think ANKER just did an overhaul of this unit and calls it something else now. The power bank has 200 watts of total output, split between two USB-C ports and one USB-A port. The button on the side of the power bank lights up a display screen that tells you how much battery is left in the charger, both as a percentage and as a length of time. Additionally, it will tell you how many watts are being used for each of these ports. Now, obviously, I don't have anything plugged in, so we're not using any. This charger, though on the larger side, is durable and can charge whatever I need whenever I need it, and it does it reliably. This has gone with me across the States, to Europe and back, and so many other places because it's just that good. Now, at the time, I did pay a pretty penny for it, $130 to be exact, but it's paid for itself over and over again. ANKER is a wonderful brand that I absolutely believe should be a staple for everyday carry fans out there. And if the price tag of this particular model is outside of your budget, they do have other options out there, from budget-friendly to super expensive, whatever you like. I work in an office, and with that job comes the regular assortment of office noises. Phones ringing, printers beeping, and people collaborating. My large noise-canceling headphones are out of the question, so I needed something that was a little bit more discreet. So I purchased the JBL Vibe Beam earbuds, actually back when the Amazon Prime Day video aired, as part of the big ol' sale that was going on. And I bought these to try and drown out some of the office noises, either through white noise or jazz pumped into these. Now, normally, these run for about $50, but I was able to get them on sale for about $30, and if you watch carefully, these do go on sale multiple times for various reasons. Similar to AirPods, I feel like everyone will at least recognize that term. These are wireless earbuds that you can slip comfortably in and out of your ear. The box comes with a small USB-C charging cable and a couple of extra variously sized ear protectors, but the standard ones equipped fresh out of the box fit me just fine. Why JBL though? Why not AirPods? Well, I've used this brand for portable speakers in the past, and the bass quality is exquisite, especially for someone who really likes jazz and wants to hear the warmth that bass can bring to a jazz set. So that's why. The audio quality for phone calls is also great, and you can accept or decline or just mess with play and pause and volume by swiping on a tiny touchpad built into these. These charge really quickly, and they retain their charge shockingly well. JBL claims up to 32 hours of listening time in between charges, and my experience with these says that that's true. The biggest perk with this model, though, is that the connectivity of the earbuds is independent of one another. I can leave one in the case and put the other one in my ear, and it connects and plays just fine. Unlike an older set of Samsungs that I had, which required both to be in your head at the same time in order to pair to your phone. It just was a huge mess. I use these at least 3 times a week in my office. And the best part is, I can wear my hair down. So I can discreetly slip these into their place, and away I go. I truly love these, and it just makes office life a little bit more manageable. And finally, the last item on my list for gear of the year. The only item that truly gets used every day and stays on my hip at all times, the Midnite Manager. Robust, sleek, and petite, I believe that the Midnite Manager is the essence of a woman's perfect daily multi-tool. And what I love about this one is that Victorinox stripped this model down to everything a woman might actually need on a daily basis. But they also gave us a couple premium features that are usually found on the much larger plus scale models. And yet, they didn't compromise on the core Swiss Army DNA. Everything is made of stainless steel, and the primary tenet tools like the knife and the scissors are there. On the reverse, you've got a bottle opener and magnetic Phillips head screwdriver, as well as a nail filer and flathead screwdriver. Hidden in the scales, you've got 2 other fabulous and useful tools, including a retractable ballpoint pen right here. You can open it there, and a flashlight. When you first get this straight out of the box, there should be a battery inside, so it should be ready for use straight out of the box. Replacing the battery is simple. You can insert a paper clip into the pinhole or even just use the pen. And this will reveal a little peekaboo window. And you can change the battery. It uses a common SR1130W watch battery. Same for the pen. If you run out of ink, you can pull all the way out like I did just a few seconds ago and insert a new one into the original position. Both the pen and the batteries are available at Victorinox's website, and you can replace either part either through there or Amazon. That said though, I've had this for almost a full year, and the ink and the battery are still going strong. I cannot tell you how many compliments I've gotten from other women in particular, who have since bought their own Swiss Army knives to stay prepared after seeing mine in action. And the nickname around my office, and I am not making this up, is the Swiss Army Girl, since I always have tools stashed in my desk or on my badge. Having the Midnite Manager on my hip right next to my badge is one of the best decisions I've made with my gear. It's handy and always at the ready. And this Swiss Army knife is overdue for a good cleaning. But that, ladies and gents, is my gear of the year. And before I go, I would like to take just a second to thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing to this insignificant little channel of mine. It means the world to me, and as a special bonus, I thought I would take just a second to address some of the most common questions that I get. Number 1, do you have a name? Obviously, I have a social security number as well, but the show isn't about me, it's about the gear and my desire to share it with you all. If I could, I would only show the gear and never my face. Question number 2, do you make money on your channel? Yes, but only a tiny fraction of what I've actually spent on gear this year. I am severely in the red. Number 3, where do you shoot your show? Well, I talked my parents into letting me set up a small studio in their garage. I come over after work and I shoot and I just do all the stuff out here. And that explains why in some of my videos you might actually see my breath. It's because of the wild temperature. It is currently December 29th in this, the 2025th year of our Lord, and I'm in my parents' garage. Number 4, do you use a teleprompter? Yes, but I do write every word myself. I do wish I could speak extemporaneously about all of these items, but I fear I lack the mental bandwidth to be able to do so clearly and without stumbling. So I write a script. Question number 5, do you have a team that helps you? Well, technically yes. It's my sister and my dad who help me. And no, I'm not adopted. I just did not get the tall genes. Question number 6, what inspired you to do elegantly EDC? Honestly, I just couldn't find a lot of channels out there for young women interested in EDC, and I love gadgets. I also grew up watching Top Gear and the Grand Tour with my dad. And look, this channel is not that, but it does give me the opportunity to dream and storytell just a little bit. So, on that particular bombshell, I hope you enjoy the new year, and I'll see you next year.